Everyone wants to not only have a big squat, but a deep squat, am I right? And we've all seen someone at the gym with a ton of weight on the bar, only to see them do little baby quarter squats. Now don't be that person. Today I'm going to show you how to not only get deeper in your squat safely, but also how to increase force production in the hole so you can finally blast through that pesky sticking point. Coach Matt Pippin here, and over the last 15 years I've helped over 1,000 professional, collegiate, and everyday athletes move, feel, and perform at their highest level, which is why I'm pumped to share this surprisingly simple way you can build strength in the bottom of your squat. Now, being comfortable in the bottom of the squat is crucial for pushing big weight. This part of the lift is where you have the least amount of mechanical leverage, and the bottom is also where most injuries take place. So today we're going to utilize isometrics with an exercise called hip flexion, PAILs, rails to increase your ability to explode out of the hole while maintaining a beautiful spine. The only equipment you're going to need is something the size of this toothbrush holder. Now, items that work are like a thick magic marker, a massage rolling sticks, basically anything that's around 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch in diameter. Now the purpose of this object is to teach you how to dissociate your lower back from your hips. Now when most people go into hip flexion, so think like when I pull my knee toward my chest, their lower back starts to round, aka that butt wink, which we've all seen when somebody drops into a squat and their pelvis kind of tucks underneath them. That means your lumbar spine is moving under load, which can be a big problem. Now divorcing the lower back from the hips will allow you to keep that neutral spine so you can avoid some serious issues. Now to set up, we're simply just going to lay flat on our back, and we're going to place this object parallel to my spine right behind my belly button. So lay flat, take the stick, you're going to put it right behind you, and you're just going to try to let your body relax. Now, you don't want your ribs to flare too much, so kind of make sure your ribs stay down. And now with my lower back, I want to go down and put 1 pound of pressure on the stick. Not 5, not 10, not 20, but 1 pound of pressure. So you've probably done dead bugs before where you're trying to crush your spine into the ground. That's not what we want, because that actually puts me in that butt wink position. I want to maintain that neutral spine, so there should be just a small gap, which is what the object is accomplishing. So as I now start to pull my knee into flexion, you'll feel your body wants to crush that stick to make it harder, or to actually get your leg higher. You don't want to do that. You just want to maintain that 1 pound of pressure. So from here, you can either keep your left leg straight or you can have it slightly bent. It doesn't really matter, but we're now going to go attack that right leg. So I'm going to grab right behind my hamstring and I'm going to pull my knee as close to my armpit as possible. Now, if you feel a little bit of a pinch here, you just simply slide out a little bit and then pull a little bit deeper into that flexion. So when you do this, you should get a nice kind of good stretch right here in your glute. You might get some sensation here, but ideally we want to get it all down here. So without killing that stick, I'm getting my knee as close to my chest as possible, and I'm going to hang out here for about 60 seconds. So we're passively stretching. Now why are we doing this? Passive stretching is kind of like a tissue primer. It allows the tissue to understand, hey, we're going to go do some stuff here, we're going to create some permanent change, and this static stretching just allows me to do that. Now, we're going to fast forward time. It's been 60 seconds. So from here, we're going to start to activate the tissue that's at length. So your butt, that's what PAILs contraction is. We're activating the tissue that is being stretched. So you're going to want to make sure you have a really, really good grip. You're going to lock your fingers, because I'm going to try to drive my leg away from my chest. And I'm not going to let it move, and that's why we're doing isometrics. So find that end range, keep 1 pound of pressure on that stick, and you're going to slowly start to drive your leg into your hands. You're going to start at like a 1 out of 10. Now I'm going to go to a 2 out of 10, so I'm increasing the intensity. A 3, a 4, you should feel your butt cheek, and you see you're starting to shake a little bit. A 5 out of 10, and we're going to stay right there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm going to relax. And now, notice I can get a little bit deeper. Now maintain that. Now this is where it gets fun. Now we're going to try to engage the tissue that's going to pull me deeper in the stretch. So this hip flexor right here This is not going to go well. It's going to be very difficult because he's shortened. We don't usually do anything up here. So now I'm going to release my hands and I'm going to try not to let my hip go south. I'm trying to actively pull my knee toward my right shoulder for 10, 9, right here, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, grab, and relax and pull. That is a nasty sensation. Anytime you're doing that rails contraction, which means you're doing the tissue that pulls you deeper in the stretch, your body doesn't know what the heck is going on down there. It is not fun, and so your body tends to freak out, and sometimes it makes you cramp. So after I've done both of those contractions, and now I just sit back in that original passive stretch for about 60 seconds. Now for time purposes, we're going to say that we just did this for 60, and now we're going to go do the other leg. So slowly let that leg out. Ooh, he's going to feel a little raw. You kind of shake it a little bit. Roll your hips side to side. And now let's go do that left leg. Now, my left side is way more mobile than my right. So you'll notice I'm able to get my left knee a little closer to my chest. And that's where you want to do that. You always have to do it at your end range. Otherwise, you're kind of defeating the purpose. So 1 pound of pressure on the stick. Get that left knee as close to your left armpit as possible. And we're going to passively stretch for 60 seconds. So once again, I want to feel good outside hip stuff being stretched. If you get a little too pinchy in here, you just simply slide out to the outside a little bit. And for time purposes, we're going to imagine that was 60 seconds. So now we're going to start our contractions. So get that good grip. You're going to try to drive your knee away from your chest using this backside tissue. Get locked in. Let's start a 1 out of 10. A 2 out of 10. We're ramping up slowly. A 3, a 4, and a 5. Let's maintain that for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Feel that butt. 4, 3, 2. Slowly relax. See if you can get a little bit deeper because you can. Now we're going to do the rail. So it's like I'm trying to crush a tennis ball between my hip and my ribs. I don't want that leg to move. And remove your hands and hold it. 10, 9. Try to get him to touch your left shoulder. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Relax, grab, and sink back into that passive stretch for another 60 seconds. Now I know I'm just saying fast forward time here, but the passive stretching, you have to do it. It's a crucial component of it. So the sequence is passive stretching for 60 seconds, 10 seconds of trying to drive your knee away from your chest, 10 seconds of trying to pull your knee into your chest, and then 60 seconds of passive stretching again. So you guys can slowly come out of that, remove your object. All right, so don't be surprised though, like I said, if one leg is a little bit more mobile than the other, it's totally normal. You just gotta keep trying to work on both legs, not just the one that's not so good. You gotta work on both. Now for programming, you can perform this exercise 3 times per week with a day in between. Now, I prefer doing this on the day that I'm squatting, as it's a great way to warm up those hips and prime the body for squats. To progress with this exercise, you would hold the stretch for a little bit longer, so like 90 seconds and eventually for 2 minutes. And then you're gonna push away from the chest. Instead of doing the 10, you would build up to 20 to 30 seconds and then pulling toward the chest, so that rails contraction, you would do that for 20 seconds. And then to finish up, you just hold that passive stretch for another 90 to 120 seconds. Now remember, your range of motion is going to increase, so you're always progressing by attacking that new range of motion. And real quick, if you want to safeguard those hips from all this heavy weight you're going to be lifting, check out my 3 must-have mobility moves in the link below. It includes a hip mobility exercise that will be a game changer for you, I promise. It's completely free, so check it out. If you guys have any questions or comments on today's coaching, be sure to post them below. And if tips like this are helpful to you, go ahead and hit me a like or a share so I know what videos you want to see more of. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you're not missing out on all the awesome content we have coming your way. Till next time, remember to be strong, be mobile.